Well, here's the mid-price range bow you guys have probably heard a little bit about. If not, I'm about to educate you. This is the Darton Consequence. Comes in around $6.99. They did just drop the Consequence 2. I think it's going to be about $50 more. Biggest difference between the two is the Consequence 2 has a little bit sleeker riser, and it does come with some upgraded mods as an option for more performance slash speed. But we're just going to talk about the OG Consequence today. This bow is about 30 inches axle to axle, has a whopping 7.5 inch brace height, which I do adore about a shorter bow, because for anybody who's just getting into archery, the shorter a bow is, the more aggressive the draw cycle is, typically, unless it has a longer brace height. If you don't know what a brace height is, it's the distance between the throat of the grip and the string. Brace height determines two main characteristics about a bow. Number one, the draw cycle. The longer the brace height is, the easier it is to pull back a bow. The only con to that is the longer the brace height is, typically the slower the bow is in general. Not saying the arrow is going to bounce off the deer by any means, but since the string doesn't have as far to travel as other brace heights, being shorter, it's not going to push the arrow as fast, so you are losing kinetic energy. But once again, we're just trying to get you into the sport and get you to have fun. We're not trying to win any speed competitions here. You do get 10 pounds of variance with this bow. So for example, this is a 70 pounder, it'll go down to 60, a 60 will go down to 50, 50, 40, so on, and everywhere in between, of course. So you have a lot of variance there depending on which bow you buy. And once again, guys, I know the industry standard tends to be 70 pounds for anybody who shoots a bow, but I'll tell you, like I tell all my customers, just get something that you're comfortable with, that you can go home and shoot a lot. I don't want anybody's first time buying a bow experience to be like mine, where the guy basically didn't take very good care of me. This was eons ago, and they're out of business, so I don't mind talking about them. But basically, they sold me a bow. I was a new archer. It was 70 pounds. It took me about 3-4 days to sight in because I could only pull it back twice a day. The bow is currently retailing for $6.99. And I have decked these out, ready to hunt, rest, sight, stabilizer, quiver, the whole 9 yards, from anywhere from $1,000 tax, tag, and title out the door to about $1,500 on average. Now, obviously, there are cheaper, ready to hunt package bows out there. Bear makes some really good ones, and there's some other companies that make some as well. This is going to be for somebody who knows that they're going to want to take archery maybe a little bit more seriously and wants a little bit better quality starter bow. And it may just be the last bow you ever buy. You may love it that much. The really cool features about this, and a lot of bows do come with it now, it has a rotating mod and post. So what that means is you don't have to buy or replace any parts on the cams in order to change the draw length. You can change the draw lengths in 1/2 inch increments. This one has a pretty wide range. I want to say like 25.5 to 30.5, somewhere in that range. Y'all can look up the specs on the Darton website and quote me in the comments. Overall, this bow has just been an absolute pleasure to sell and to tune. When we go to paper tune these bows, very rarely, actually, now that I think about it, we haven't had to shim the first one now that I think about it. We may have to make a slight adjustment with the arrow rest, left or right, and then boom, we're shooting bullet holes through paper with this thing. Something else that you may or may not be aware of on this bow is it does come with 2 different size posts. The posts that come in it are going to be a little skinnier. They're going to give you more let off, roughly about 85%. The only con to that is you are going to feel it a little bit in the back wall when the cams roll over, but in the manual packet it does come with fat stops as well, and what that does is bumps it down to about 80% let off, which is pretty common, but it's a whole lot more consistent draw cycle all the way to the back wall, and I prefer the fat stops on it as well. This beauty does come in an array of solid colors. This is their flat dark earth. They also have an OD green, which is They got a standard black. Let's see, what else do they have? I think that's about it as far as solid colors go, now that I think about it. They do have it in a few camos if I'm not mistaken, but our shop personally likes the solid color bows because it's easier to sell to anybody, because unfortunately people are pretty picky about camo bows if it doesn't match the camo they're wearing. This bow is available for online build. What I mean by that is if you shoot me an email and say, hey Scotty, I want that Darton Consequence, here's my draw length, here's the poundage I want, here's the attachments I want put on there, I can build it out and ship it to your door. And then of course also, if you're a local person, you can come in, shoot it, test it out, make sure you like it, and then we still set it up for you. All in all, guys, if you're looking to get into archery, or maybe you're just trying to upgrade from your beginner bow, this is going to be a great option that's not going to break the bank / get you a divorce like I tell a lot of my customers. And it's just going to be a bow you're going to be happy with for a very long time. I'm gonna lie, I was about to go in the house, but I forgot to mention the whole reason why some of y'all watch this video to the end. 10,000 subscribers on this channel, I'm giving this bow away to one of you guys. No games, no gimmicks. If you've kept up with me on TikTok, you know that I do give stuff away quite often, and this is going to be the second giveaway I've done for my YouTube channel. All you have to do is be subscribed, and like I said, once we hit 10K, I'm going to draw a winner. I'm going to contact them. I'm going to set the bow up for them. If you want attachments, we can add that too. Otherwise, I'll mail it to your door for free.